Welcome back to the grand finals of VCT Game Changers Academy, presented to you by Verizon. I'm your host, Dr. Delta, and joining me again on the desk are Cute Noob and Epitomes. We'll bring you the grand finals in a little bit. So, we have had 32 teams compete in the Game Changers Academy, and that has led us to the top two teams. We have Lintik Kayo versus Dart Monkeys. Dart monkeys, they have fought pretty big giants before. For those of you who don't know, they were they were the only unsigned team to compete in Game Changers a few weeks ago. And yet, this might be the biggest team that they've had to face. This is essentially an Avengers squad where they're competing with multiple teams and players from Gen G, Complexity, C9, and yeah, it's an Avengers type squad that they're going to have to face. So, Linta KO, can you break down their journey to get here, Cute Noob?
So they have just dominated every single team that they have played against. I want to say even their last series they went 2-0 against Team Opulence Black. And I mean, just from watching their gameplay, they communicate so beautifully. They're ready to trade off. They play for one another. They are just overall aggressive as well. They're quickly on the flanks. They are very careful when they are retaking together. And I mean, they're just almost like perfect. Although I did see that Team Opulence Black did give them a harder time. So I would love to know what happened there. And I'm sure we're going to get a chance to kind of go back and check that out sometime. I think maybe potentially Jazzykins was streaming it, but that's how I got some of the information from them previously. But I am curious to see what was it that kind of allowed them to get that comeback on that second map that they were playing, because I believe it was a very close scoreline as well. But some of the players that I'm looking out for is definitely Jazzykins. We talked about her from the beginning. Operator and Sheriff in hand can't be stopped, won't be stopped. But they're going to be bringing in Claudia, which is coming in from a replacement on Hannah. And then Animal is also going to be joining us for this map. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, so Lintic have been a dominant force during this Game Changers Academy. But on the other side, Dart Monkeys have also been a dominating force. They are trying to keep their crown to become the back-to-back champions of Game Changers Academy. Epitomes, how have Dart Monkeys looked this tournament?
I mean, Dart Monkeys, they are incredibly strong. We saw that they 2-0'd Team Mystic Venus. They were very dominant on Bind, which they did pick again to be their map. But Ascent Wood is actually going to be the first map in this best of three, and it's going to be really interesting because we haven't seen them play Ascent today. But Dart Monkeys, they've been together for so long. You mentioned they've had a lot of successes before as well on in Game Changers. So Game Changers Academy, they're definitely going to be incredibly strong.
Okay, and we already have the maps ready. Teams are ready to go. Cute Noob, what are you thinking about these map picks?
Ascent, definitely a strong map for Dart Monkeys. I feel like for the most part, they seem to have give me 1 second, I have my notes here. 77% win rate on there. They like to bring out the KO and they like to bring out the Soba, so the double initiator combo. And their controller of choice is Omen. I like that the fact that they kept KJ as a sentinel. A lot of teams have been opting to not have like a solid sentinel. They tend to bring out the chamber instead, which the chamber, we talked about it before. It's harder to kind of control a site and hold a full push, which is something that we know that Lintikeo likes to do. So I like the fact that they kept, or they might keep that KJ for Dart Monkeys based on their previous agent selection on that map. Bind is a map that Darmonkeys tend to have like a 64% win rate, but we have seen Lintikeo dominate onto that map. So I'm a little bit worried about that. But for Icebox, we just witnessed the Darmonkeys finish it off. And I think that that could definitely be a really good map if we do happen to go over onto that.
I
Okay,
mean,
yeah, Epitomes, what do you
yeah.
think about it?
I mean, I definitely think if anyone is going to be able to bring them to the third map, it is going to be Dart Monkey. It is going to be Lintik Kayo, sorry.
Okay. Well, you know, once again, folks, this is not just for who keeps the crown of Game Changers Academy, but also the larger chunk of the prize pool, which is $1,500. So $1,000 will go to first place, 500 to second place, and then on top of it, just who can keep the crown if Dart Monkeys can keep the crown for Game Changers Academy. So, Epitomes, who did you say who your favorite would be for this matchup?
Well, I mean, it's really hard to say, but hesitantly, because I am rooting for them, I do want to say that Dart Monkeys will take this one home, get that the third crown in a row.
Okay, and Cute Noob, for the record, what are you predicting for this series?
All right, I'm gonna be hard statistics, and statistically, Lintakeo does look like they will be the better team. Um, so it's a hard, right? Like you have a really solid team that already has that professional experience. They've gone against the best of the best teams that there is, so it's hard to I have hopes for Dart Monkey. I don't want people to be like, no, Q Noob's just choosing the professionals. I'm not, chat. I promise. I have hopes for Dart Monkeys. I'm literally rooting for them in the background, but to create the chaos here on the desk, I want to say Linte KO.
Okay, and just to keep it tied, I'll abstain. So,
Oh, what?
Oh yeah.
No!
Why don't you just say I say we'll go to map 3, you know? Like that's going to be your bet. It's map 3.
right. Well, I definitely think this will go to a map 3. We
Uh,
did see map 3 yesterday, and these games have been so close. Both of these teams have been bringing their A game. And like you said, experience really on both sides. So we have kind of the mashup of players from Lintik each bringing their own experience, but they also have been playing a bit of a different agent pool than they play on their original team. So that's a bit of a variable going into things. Whereas Dart Monkeys, they have also had their fair share of experience, again, being the only unsigned team in Game Changers a few weeks ago, and are fighting to be the third time winner of Game Changers Academy. So, yeah, it can go to any team, and it looks like the players are ready to see who will make it as the finalist of Game Changers Academy. Cute Noob and Epitomes, take it away.
All right, we're gonna head right into Ascent Epitomes. What kind of agent composition would you like to see here? Maybe why don't you spice it up and say a crazy character you want to see here? Ready, set, go.
Viper.
Oh, okay. Well, so far nobody has hovered Viper. We do on the side of Dart Monkeys see the KJ as I mentioned previously, and we also see a Grimoire on that controller being the Omen. Autumn gonna be on the Soba, and Bunny Bee will be on the KO.
You know, it's really interesting actually. We have seen Claudia, Animal, and Han all play together on a different pug team for a different tournament. And I believe that was Soccer Cup number 6, and they ended up winning that one together as a pug team. So they actually, some of these players have experience playing together. And one time, I know Jazzy and Lana do play together quite often as well, so I think that's what you were talking about like good communication that we see
Select
from Lintik
your
Kayo,
agent.
and that's like just really where it comes from. But hey, is this a mirror matchup?
Ooh, mirror matchup. This means not only are they fighting for that number one place, but they're fighting to see who can play the agent best. And that's where it gets the sauciest, right? Like, oh, am I the better jet or are you the better jet? Hmm.
Oh, is this a Jet diff? Is this a KJ diff? Is this a who else did they lock
Omen?
in? Omen
Omen?
diff? Yeah. Well, I mean, it's definitely going to be one of those games. Very similar in terms of skill and experience, but the play styles I think might be a little bit different.
Yeah, starting off on defense is going to be Dart Monkeys. And I mentioned I love the KJ. I love the use of the KJ. Something that I have seen happen for Dart Monkeys is that they're also very aggressive. So this is going to be aggression on aggression for these two teams. I know that Lintik loves to lurk, and they also love to be extremely aggressive. Some of their lurkers are going to be Han as well. I could potentially think Animal as well. Because they are the kind of those agents that could be a little bit more sneaky. I don't know. I mean, as we can see, Lintik already starting their way onto this B site. Dash on through for Jazzykins, creating that space for her team. Autumn gets locked out, closing down the door, says, Autumn, you are out of this party. You're gonna have to rejoin with your whole squad if you want to get on.
Yeah, I mean, 5v5 in the retake. They take that spike and put it down, and now they're trying to start this retake. They have to isolate the players, though. They're trying to take down Claudia. She falls, but on the other side, they just ring back with 3 kills of their own, and Lintik Kayo, they're taking this lead and running away with it. Bunny B, they're the last player standing, and they can find 2 before they go down. But it's a shock dart. Revenge from the grave. Post-mortem, Lintik Kayo win that round.
Oh, and that's the aggression I was just talking about there, Tala. Lintik it starts with Jazzykins, the fact that she's able to really use Jet to its full potential, right? You'll be able to dash onto the site, use that cloud to get rid of that turret's vision, and then just close out the door to allow for her whole squad to get onto the site. The smokes come on through, and then the bomb just gets planted with the free site.
And now they have this free buy-up. It seems like they're just going to run it towards that B site once again. They detect the hostile. Oh, and they haven't cleared Grimoire out of Boathouse, but they're literally just running on lane. Oh, that shot, that kill with a shorty. Autumn also's got a shorty of her own, and they're actually making a lot of work with these shotguns.
You take down 2, and now looking to take down potentially 3, as Bunny B does have a sheriff in hand. Needs to make their way over onto this market area. Not going to see anyone. Going to clear out CT. Going to be meeting up with Claudia, who does have the better weapon, and indeed clears up that second point for Lintik.
Really nice start for Lintik Kayo. And I think losing some of those players in the last round, though, that has to hurt their economy a little bit. They have a few players that are relegated to the pistols, while Dart Monkeys buy full, but unfortunately cannot afford full shields. So they're a little less healthy, but with more firepower. So I think this round is pretty even, or as even as it can be right now. Setting up on B, SK's moved all of her utility over, and they're looking to really shut down a push.
There's a lot of information gathered there. The flashpoint does kind of nullify that recon bolt, but Jazzykin still manages to get Autumn there as they try to escape. SK lurking about, could potentially be rewarded with 1. No pre-fires and gives away her position. Lana does get rid of the SK off of the site. The bomb's getting planted. Grimoire says the time is now. I must go. With that recon bolt giving away the position. And it's Han who ends it for Grimoire.
Kayo now 3 in a row, also grabbing a lot of free rifles off the floor of those dead bodies. And Dart Monkeys, they're relegated to a save round. They have to eco, and they're doing it with Buckies and Sheriffs.
Oof. I mean, I like the Bucky. The Bucky on a jet with that mobility. I could see some potential there. Also, Bunny B, super crazy with the sheriff. I expect them to do mad work here. Maybe pick up a weapon to help out their economy. But the line does come through. Jazzykin says, you are not getting me.
Oh my god.
Says, I could get 2 here, maybe potentially 3. Let me just dash away. And this is Grimoire getting caught out by Han now. Man disadvantages come through. Although the Rosa makes it even, but Han trades off, and now it's just down to 1 player, Bunny B. They need to make this work. They're gonna be able to pick up a weapon here, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they heard Bunny B. Oh, the hop up, and what a shot from them. Now wrapping around towards stairs, throwing the flashes out to try and delay and confuse, but the spike is down, and where is this Omen? Spots out the shoulder, possibly trying to spam down, doesn't want to risk the reload, but Animal wins the gunfight.
Okay, I have to say, you feel good if you're Dart Monkeys after that one, though. Because you had a Sheriff's, you had Bucky's, and you managed to bring it down to a 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to really give props to Kurosu, but also the rest of their team, because they were baiting hard for that peak. They were baiting so hard to make sure they didn't check that corner, and Kurosu sat there patiently with the Bucky, gets the dash out as well as gun, and really well played on an eco round. Now they do have full guns, as well as 2 ultimates from Bunny B and Kurosu. But Lintik Kayo, they've switched it up, and they've started on the A site, but Bunny B is going to try and shut that down with that first shot on Jazzykin's Duelist out of the picture.
Recon bolt comes through, doesn't spot anyone. Unfortunately, the bomb gets planted. It's going to be a push. Bunny B does get one, but unfortunately now needs to wait out this smoke. Push on through. The Hunter's Fury comes out, but I think it gets nullified here by Bunny B.
One enemy
Now
remaining.
it's going to be a defuse. They get it halfway. They're going to stick because pros don't fake. And indeed, they get that point.
They also get the last kill, and now Dart Monkeys, they haven't lost any confidence, and I think that eco was a huge confidence booster for them as well, because they start getting run down in those first 3 rounds, and then when you start off a Valorant game like that, you're like, oh god, it's gonna be one of those games, but they bring this one back, they still have their heads in the game, and they use the null command to win that last round, but they still have 2 ultimates ready and available. Unfortunately though, Lintik Kayo, they still have some full buys in their pocket, and they can still afford rifles. Dart Monkeys yet to make a dent in their economy.
Oh, but it's Jazzykins once again creating the space for Lintik Kayo. Gets spotted by that movement bot, but does not care. The W key is in full effect, dashes onto the site. SK trying to get one through the smoke, unfortunately does not. It's going to be the swing, and now it's down to just 3 on 3 here as the bomb is rotating over, but no, Bunny B gets caught out down mid. Jazzykins with the Blightstorm still doing massive damage.
I mean, Jazzykins, we were talking about her before in the pregame. She is crazy. Just shots absolutely on point and has so much experience to boot as well. Now, Autumn with Kurosu on this retake. Kurosu goes down, Autumn to trade, but 1v2, can she do it?
Jazzykins still has the Bladestorm. It's a recon bolt, spots out one of these attackers. It's taken nice and patient, taps the bomb for a fake out, but it's the double swing, and Jazzykins gets that 3K to bring us to the 5th point for Lintik Kayo.
Oh, nice round by Lintik Kayo. And Dart Monkeys, they are able to find another full buy into their arsenal, but Bladestorm on Kurosu is going to be what they opt for, and SK, no money for a gun, but the lockdown, really good for those retake situations, and I think this is one of those rounds where you want to try and give up that site so you can go for the lockdown. Unfortunately, and fortunately for them, Lintik Kayo's Sova does not have the Hunter's Fury, so they can't go and destroy it with that ultimate. And a lot of pings coming out from Autumn as well, and Grimoire taking advantage of such chaos to find 2 before she falls.
Ooh, and the bomb hasn't even made its way onto the site. It's just like, we don't even need to get on the site. We're just going to do damage from afar. This is already looking very good for Dart Monkeys as they have the man advantage and they have the control. They're going to push back. Wait, why? What? I'm kind of confused here. Okay, it's going to be the rotation happening for mid. I think they still know they're there, Tala.
Is possible. Kurosu swinging Claudia. Well, she definitely knows now, but the lockdown, they're trying and delaying this. Maybe the counter lockdown can come out, but Claudia's just trying to hold down the fort by herself, and she only finds one. Can they run it in? I think they did destroy that lockdown. So now Animal, she's trying to even out the numbers. It's made it into a 1v2 situation, and SK, she doesn't have a gun.
But she's gonna get one. There's one right in front. There you go, free gun. Only 3 bullets in the chamber, though. Please reload. Okay, I appreciate you. It's going to be SK roaming down, coming through stairs, has to clear and push through a smoke, which, by the way, you don't like. But look, Animal just gets away. Oh my god, the flick of the wrist, ladies and gentlemen. Animal flicks and gets the kill, bringing us down to the 6 point. Whew. Wow.
What a shot from Animal. I mean, SK, maybe it's the nerves there, because in the 1v2 in the clutch, you realize if you lose this, then you're going to have to eco again, and you used 3 ultimates to try and win that round, and it still isn't enough. So expensive for Dart Monkeys, and these rounds, they go by in like the blink of an eye. They are playing so fast and incredibly furious, I might say.
Blinding shadows.
But sometimes you gotta slow down, but Jazzykins doesn't even know the meaning of slow down. Grimoire gets rewarded with one. I don't know if that weapon was picked up, but now the site is being taken over. It's gonna be a flash from Lana, or actually a grenade to hold off that A main push. Han doing massive damage onto Tree. The spike has been planted. SK trying to get through, break the door. Unfortunately now is left by them lonesome self once again.
Ooh, SK tried to make something happen. It just was not in the cards. And when you only have a Sheriff in a 1v4 against a team like Lintik Kayo, that is just incredibly difficult. And now they've made the call. They're going to take a time out. This is their bye round. They still have that lockdown on board. Lintik Kayo are starved for ultimates, so they might be able to bring this one back, but they just need to reset and figure out what they're doing wrong.
Yeah, it's a breathing moment. You know, you're going against a different type of team at this moment, a very W team, as we may say as well. Jazzykins, we talked about it, just being able to take so much space for her team. And not only that, but stay alive even so after taking that space and being able to pick up 2 kills has allowed for Lintik Kayo to really be able to take the site and post-plant very great. They also are great at taking those 1v1s as well, Tala, and winning them, which is, you know, massive.
I think definitely because Lintik Kayo have sped up the pace of the game in just all 3 sections of the round. Like in the early round, they go fast. In the mid round, they don't slow down at all. They keep pushing forward, and only until it gets to the late round do they kind of start slowing down the pace, because it's a post-plant situation for them. But Dart Monkeys, I think they're kind of feeling this pressure of the tempo being turned up so much, and they're tempted to match that tempo, but I think they really need to go at their own pace, and at the pace that Lintik Kayo are going. Just as I say, they go so fast in the early round, they start slowing things down and changing things up, and I think the timeout really did help with that in slowing down the momentum as well.
Oh, but you know what isn't slowing down? Jazzykins getting onto the site. The recon bolt does not spot Bunny B, but it doesn't matter. Jazzykin does indeed. It's going to be a full retake as once again, get this site for free. Grimoire through Tree does get a pick off on 1. Trying to get 2, but it's a double swing from Lintik Kayo that just goes on perfect. 4 health and a Drim on Grimoire. Trying to keep the life. The bomb gets taken down. It's just down to Anima. 1v2. Has to get onto the site. Does not have a spike.
Now it's a pretty good setup from these last 2 players on Dart Monkeys. They're trying to wrap their way around the dark covers that Animal has placed on the site, and Autumn spots out the barrel of the gun. Dart Monkeys, they're getting their rounds back. That timeout did them a world of good.
Yeah, they needed it. Right now, they're kind of like, okay, this is going to give us a little breathing room. As we can see, Autumn still has a 2K in the bank. And unfortunately, though, I feel like SK might need a buy here. And we can see Autumn selling some gear back to, you know, buy up a friend. It's important.
I mean, it's definitely a struggle bus if you're on the Killjoy, you're not getting a lot of kills, your team isn't winning because her utility is just so expensive. And Claudia has the opposite of that problem since she's currently 10 kills on the board, top of her team, and just doing incredibly well for herself. So, I mean, you can definitely understand why SK is struggling. And now Jazzykins, she gets spotted out by the Recon Bolt. They definitely slowed it down. Bunny B and Krosu getting those 2 kills, really helping them out to stop the push and the aggression, because that's the most aggressive initiator, the first and second entry. They're both gone now. And now Lintik Kayo, they need to do things more methodically, more slowly, because they just don't have the power and the aggression of the tip of the spear, which is Jazzykins and Lana.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different pace. Grimoire suspects that there might be someone coming around tree, but it's actually Han really deep into mid, takes control of it, gets rid of the turret, going to drone on through, peeks one, doesn't know about the other around the corner. SK holding the angle, repositioning, the smoke comes through, Anima through the, I think as the smoke was dropping, managed to get the kill. It's SK in a very sandwiched position as there is already 2 on the site. Han getting pushed by Bunny B, but it's gonna be Han who comes out on top. Claudia gets taken down, but not before Han says, I have something to say. And now it's down to a hope, a dream, but shots from Han just come on through, and Lintik KO gets that round back in its favor.
Han doing incredibly well, getting a 3K as well. And I think it's just the fact that every single one of these players is a very high skill level, but Lintik Kayo, every one of their players has had a pop-off moment this game. They're just ready to go. They just all have the potential to go absolutely off the rails, completely wild.
Yeah, we have this replay coming on through. Oh, yep, Han. Talk about Han Solo making its appearance here with this beautiful 3K. Recombo goes through, does give the notice that Grimoire is around the corner, and then with the perfect shots, manages to crispy clean win that out.
I hope now. Oh god, not this again. Kurosu with a shotgun. This time they check it. They're not gonna fall for that one again. And Jazzykins just headway onto the site with the cloud burst, spam down through the dark cover to secure another kill, and site is theirs for the taking. And there's just nothing Dart Monkeys can do to stop this kind of aggression. They want to try and counter it with aggression of their own, but it's not working. Jazzykins, she finds another, and Lana's just there to back her up. So what can Grimoire do with only a share in this last round? The answer is not much.
Not much, as we are in a 9-2.
Last round in the half.
Yes, that was a round that was going to be lost, Hala, because they had that weapon disadvantage, but it's down now to this. Are we going to see the 9-3 curse, or will this bring Lintik KO to double digits?
Yeah, I mean, 9-3 curse. Kurosu has taken out the operator, which is a huge upgrade since they've really been struggling for money for this entire half. Autumn is really close to the Hunter's Fury as well, and those are big game-changing ultimates. But on the other side, they just got their entire scoreboard lit up with the ultimate. And here's the Blade Storm coming on in. Jazzykins, she's trying to find the first. Oh my god, as well. There's the Hunter's Fury to take down SK and backside, and they just clear things out so quickly.
And the bomb's just getting planted. Let's talk about that. They decide to just W-key it onto it. Grimoire does manage to take down Lana. They're trying to get some more presence onto the site. There is one of... Actually, make that 2 team members of Lintik KO guarding Garage, just playing post plant for the most part here as Anima looks her way onto stairs. It's going to be the lockdown coming in from Dart Monkeys to try to help them defuse. But it's going to be the push from Claudia and Anima, who do manage to do that. Actually, that was the Lintik KO's KJ popping that ultimate. Kurosu waits it out, brings out the Blade Storms, but the time has gone way too far here, Tala.
Oh. Yeah, there was just no time for that defuse either way, and Claudia really
Switching
well-timed
sides.
peek as well. And Dart Monkeys, they just look so outclassed during that defense half. There was just no way for them to move off the site. They were playing too far forward. They couldn't go off-site for the retakes. And when they really needed to have that time in the late round, because Dart Monkeys, their pacing is just so much slower than Lintik Kayo, and they don't slow down until the late round. And Dart Monkeys, they needed to use that to their advantage when the timing was what they were used to and what they were comfortable with to retake together. But it just wasn't in the cards, and now they switch over onto the attacking half, and attacking historically incredibly difficult on Ascent.
Yeah, I. This is going to have to be a win round for a pistol for Dart Monkeys if they want to try to start this comeback. They're deciding to be very patient, but something we talked about before, Tala, was the fact that Lintik is very aggressive and especially really quick to flank as well. We did see that they were going to try this
Right
tree
here.
push, but they opt not to. Jazzykins with the swing. SK says, I've got my friends back, but so does Lana in return. Lana still on tree. Kurosu lurking about. Is going to come into contact with maybe potentially two more as they continue to aggress onto tree. Bunny Bee manages to get the kill on one, and the bomb has been planted right about now. It's going to be a 2-on-2 action here. Recombo gets destroyed right off the bat. Animal swings just by themselves. Hondo peeks as well, but it's Autumn who does manage to get this third point.
Down to the wire, but Dart Monkeys, they take one home and they get themselves the buy up. This is exactly what they need to stop Lintik Kayo's momentum, because even when you turn over onto the defense, momentum is a little bit less important. But as attackers, you need to build up that round, get the ball rolling, get that confidence going, because you want a W key. But right off the bat, you can see how different the pacing is for these teams. Early round Dart Monkeys are slow and methodical. Early round Lintik Kayo, they just go. They just W key and never stop doing it.
And that's what Kurosu's gonna do. 6 health in a dream. Doesn't have to worry about chicken because you know KJ's gone, so it's okay. Manages to stay alive to live another minute. I'm gonna take control of hell here and play a little bit safe. I believe they want to make sure Kurosu stays alive because you have that weapon in hand, and we do need a body. It might be available there as Jazzykin storms her way onto heaven. Very low on health though. Now it's a post-plant retake together.
Now that flash goes out, that's their signal to get onto the site. Autumn, she's got the Phantom. It's a spray down and a flawless round for Dart Monkeys. And oh gosh, this is just, this is exactly what they need.
Yeah, I have a question though, Tala. Was Lana blinded?
I think she was.
Okay, that would explain it, because Bunny Bee and Grimoire were both blinded. We can see it in our screens, right? They got those glowing eyes. But we did not see Lana shoot. And that could have been a perfect 2K to keep them alive there. But, you know, things happen. There's such things that blinds in Valorant, so it makes sense now.
Yeah.
Suppressing.
I mean, it's definitely a little tough for Lintik Kayo, but they were on eco, now have real guns. Animal, she's trying to get out of dodge, and it's the Shrouded Step that's going to help her. Oh, just teleports right back into a corner, and letting Lana retreat a little bit further back into tree, but after using quite a bit of utility and bullets.
No way!
Oh my gosh!
Jazzy?
What shot from Jazzy? Back?
I'm offended. I am offended for Dart Monkeys there, because that's been the second kill that Jazzykins has got through the smoke. Just knows their positioning. Absolutely, as Anima also knows their positioning. It's going to be the teleport from Lana, though Grimoire does take down Anima, and Lana takes down Grimoire in return. Finally, double digits, close to 2 more points to match point here. And, if there is hope, the Dart Monkeys needs to bring it out right about now.
also tough because Dart Monkeys were on their bonus. And I mean, I think they might have had a little leftover economy since it was a flawless to just buy into the rifles into the next round, because when it is this close on this first map, actually, this isn't Dart Monkeys map pick though. That is the one thing that actually just might redeem this series, is the fact that they didn't pick this map. But you know, they did pick the defense and they kind of fell apart. But there is a chance that they're just not as practiced here.
Not as practiced as Grimar takes down Anima. The flash! Okay, Bunny Bee, we see you putting in that work, but the rotation's already coming out from the defense. We have Jazzykins around. We also have Han as well, ready to back up Jazzykins if things go wrong. I love the lurk though coming down. It's going to be the swing from Jazzykins being rewarded too. Looking for the third, speaking out the resurrection. Jazzykins says there's no res here. Now it's just down to SK, who has made her way
Last player
into
standing.
tree. Potentially. Oh my goodness!
Oh my gosh. I mean, if it was anyone who was going to do it, it had to be Jazzykins.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, the amount of experience that Jazzykin has is insane. Like, even though she is a very young player, and you know what they say about Zoomers, like, they are just absolutely cracked. They can do everything, and they're so good at the game because they just think faster because they haven't had enough time for their brains to decay or something. But, you know, Jazzy also playing on the Best Game Changers team for a while now, so that was incredible from her. But now they also put Dart Monkeys on a little bit of an eco on match point, and Jazzykins just got a kill through a smoke.
That's 4. I need a counter, chat. Y'all need to beat the counters for us. That is 4 through the smoke. To be SK taking some pop shots here onto Lana. Unfortunately, the wallbangs sometimes don't quite connect. And now they're left in a standstill. Gonna be Jazzykin swinging on through with the Blade Storm. Unfortunately, does not hit anyone quite yet. Gonna peek twice, because why not, right? If you do it once, why not twice? Pop Flash with a little help from Lana. Gets 1, but unfortunately does get traded off. Now it's a 3 on... scratch that. 2 on the 4, as Lana does get the kill. Looking for a second, yes indeed, and now the WP has been pressed, and Lana takes the zone to 13 and 4. Lintik Kayo take this map, which was their map choice, so we kind of expected that, Paula.
You know, have you ever seen that keyboard, like the keyboard ad? I think my phone has somehow died because my camera is just gone right now. But,
I like the cat, though.
I know, like, the cat is so adorable. But, you ever see that keyboard that's, like, just a W? Like, the entire keyboard is just a W? I'm pretty
big old
sure,
W.
yeah, that's what Lintik Kayo is playing with, because, I mean...
That's exactly
Look
what
at
we just
them.
saw. Mm-hmm.
It's just like, look at them. They're just running at it. Even though they die, sometimes it's like, most of the time, somehow they just trust themselves to hit their shots.
Yeah, that's exactly what Jazzykins was. And I think the addition of Claudia onto Lintik KO also made a huge impact as well. We saw Claudia be on top of the board for at least the first half. And when you have a really good KJ who can frag out, I mean, you know, there's not much to it. If your KJ's top fragging and your duelist as well, that makes a huge statement. We talked about them being a really good team being put together, having the experience, and that's just what we saw, folks. First map going over again to Lintik KO. We're going to take a quick break. The second map will be Bind, and this is going to be the map choice for Dart Monkeys, so stay tuned. Go grab some water, grab snacks. We will be right back.